question. Ready? At the start of the chapter, we see the fire festival is starting to die down. We know that because it's reaching the point of the festival where they are lighting the skyboats. On the skyboats, the people of Wano write what they want most right now. Will the boats, with everyone's hopes and wishes from Wano, float to a Momonosuke carrying Onigashima and help him summon his own flame clouds to keep the island from falling? We'll go with Lawrence.
That would be pretty dope. I can see Oda doing that because I kind of feel like that's kind of up his alley. Like he would do something like that.
Yeah.
And how would it impact Momosuke? Because yes, he's been away for so long, but these are his people. You know? Yes, he's been away for 20 years?
Yeah.
And then also
20 plus another 6 or so.
Exactly.
Like
so
6 months.
Like these are his people, right? And then also it could give him here. I guess he already knows the gravity situations, but in a way it could give him even more, more fuel to realize how much it's dependent on him. Like, yes, you're kind of depending on Luffy, Momo, but in a way you have to do your part, and he recognizes this. But this is kind of add to his realization. Like, these are my people, and these are their hopes and dreams that I'm legit seeing with my own eyes. This could also be a peaceful nation. They've seen so much. Because Momo kind of shows that he's a deep thinker, even though he's a kid, you know? So all this showing is where it could kind of have him, like you mentioned, it can add to his growth as a person. As in, this is a nation that I have to take care of myself. That I can't rely on Luffy at this point, on this exact thing. Luffy's already fighting Kaido, but this is all on me here. I'm the only one here that can stop this thing from falling right now. So I feel like this could add to that by him recognizing these are my people, and me wanting to be Domino, just like a king. You have to take care of your subjects. You have to take care of your kingdom. What's the point of being a king if you can't do that? You know, we've seen so many bad kings in One Piece, or tyrants in One Piece. Momo doesn't want to be that way, and that's his goal. So this is in a way, it adds to his already goal of wanting being Daimyo of Wano.
Okay. What about you, Seb?
I think that would be absolutely amazing. And beyond Lawrence is saying, because he's speaking to the narrative of it and the plot and the impact it'll have on Momo. I just think visually, to see a giant dragon and then the actual skyboats come up and help him lift it, that would just look so cool. You know what I mean? Like Wano's already been really visually stunning at times. Like when they first got to Onigashima and they saw the skull and everything, that was one of the best panels I've seen Oda draw in One Piece history. I feel like him holding Onigashima with those skyboats, with their with the writing on it, you know what I mean? It can get real emotional. That's the story beats that I want to see, but visually I think that would be stunning. So you came up with that?
Yeah.
Or, bro.
Yeah.
I know I don't give Larry a lot of credit, but that would be heat, bro.
I didn't even think of that until he
I'm a good host, bro.
That would be heat. I know I rip Larry a lot for
on,
his imagination. That would be absolutely amazing. Would Oda do it? I could also see him having that be something, because Lawrence was talking about how it would impact Momo. I could also see it being something to make the fight more personal for Luffy. So, I don't want to harp into Luffy losing again and stuff, but, if he lost again and, saw the writing on the, it could, you always talk about the tension. One of the characters was writing, I want to be able to feed my daughter tomorrow. You know what I mean? This is what it's about.
Yeah.
It's cool, fun, you're fighting Kaido, but it's these people are really basically enslaved by Kaido and Orochi down here. And dealing with the worst segment of their lives. And just struggling through it. They're putting those real hopes and dreams on it. So, it could be something that makes it more personal for Luffy. But I think it would probably be a better structure of the way Lawrence laid it out with, Momo seeing it. And, the way he wrote it with Momo seeing it. Being the person who's supposed to be Shogun of these people at some point. So
Shogun. What do I keep saying? Daimyo?
Daimyo. I mean,
Daimyo.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
No,
is
it's
it?
not. No, Daimyo is a governor. Shogun is the president.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad. Clearly, I'm not cultured. For me, I when I thought about this question, I thought to myself and I said, how cool would it be? Because as soon as I saw, like Sebastian said, when the woman was writing, I want to feed my daughter tomorrow, or I just want to feed my daughter, I thought about it to myself. It's okay, so these skyboats are going to rise. And if they rise, who's above it? and I was gonna say, oh, Onigashima and Momonosuke, and I was like, Momonosuke has this, failing of creating these flame clouds, and skyboats are made from flames. Basically, it would bring it to the surface. So if he's able to take the people of his country's hopes and dreams and wishes and use that to keep Onigashima from falling, there's sort of this poetic feeling that I got from it. And I said to myself, like, how very Disney that would be, but also how much of a growth it would spur inside of Momonosuke. And then you brought up one of the points I'm talking about now is where we've seen his growth for himself and not because of anybody else. Like, Luffy happens to be this person who gives him a lot of his motivation. It's sort of like a surrogate older brother, right? But Momonosuke, when he went to the chick that raped him, Shinobu, he did that of his own accord because he felt he needed to. He was willing to give 20 years of his life just like that and was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. Him taking everybody's hopes and dreams and all that stuff and holding up the island, one, it gives a call back to what Odin was doing, right? But two, it shows that Momonosuke is going to be the shogun. He's going to be this person that is going to restore Wano. So why not take everybody's hopes and dreams and keep the island from falling? And I was like, I think I can see that now. Yeah. Like, I think that's beautiful in a way. Like, that's great writing. Like, there's so many things that is going to make Momonosuke seem more important than everybody else in this entire arc. And it's going to be that because without him doing this, Luffy fails. Everybody fails.
Yeah.
Most of the people die in Wano. I think CP0 probably even dies at this point, right?
They said when the explosion goes off, it'll basically clear the whole, like, island of people. So maybe Kaido would survive it.
Yeah.
I guess Baby King if the flame is back on. Like,
Kaido, Big Mom.
It's going to be a special moment, and like Sebastian said, there's been a lot of beautiful scenes in Wano, and I think that because of the emotional impact, that will probably be the best scene in Wano. To see the recreation of what Odin did with his scabbards, but now there's so much more that rests upon his son's shoulders. I think at the end of the day, sometimes we forget that Odin had a son, and his son was supposed to be next in line. We just think of Momo as this, like,
that's true.
This plot line that he's just, in there to help Luffy achieve his goals. And it's not actually like that. It's like the other way around in a way, right?
Yeah, it's his birthright.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
His generation, Odin's father, Odin, Momosuke.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's his birthright. It's his responsibility to do it, like you said.
And it would be really great because of everything we've said, but even for Momo specifically, because he was like one of everyone's least favorite characters for a while.
Yeah.
Like the little kid who's annoying, he's perverted, he's just there, he's not doing anything. To have that kind of a highlight and then have it to have like that kind of emotional weight as well. Because we already made Momo's going to hold up Onigashima. We've already spoke on that. But for it to be like with this, like added measure of care, like narrative, like symbolically and actually carrying the hopes and dreams of the. It would be great. I honestly hope we get that.
And you know what's crazier too? If I could give you guys a visual, imagine like Momonosuke's not able to drag the island away from the Fire Festival. Like, he either runs out of energy or Kaido gets this huge boost in strength where he gets a second wind. And now, like, he can't do it. So now he, like, wraps his body around the island and, like, he's trying to keep it from falling, but he can't. So he's, like, getting shaken down. And then all of a sudden you just see the skyboats just come up. And then he starts reading. Like, I want to feed my child. I wish my wife was here. This, and that. And then he, like, sort of, like, I don't know if he gets, like, a Zoan boost. And he just takes all the flames and, like, creates this huge cloud. I would literally just be like, I have to watch the anime. I hate the anime, but I have to watch the anime now just for that scene.
There's moments that you see in, like, Wano specifically where you think back, like, yo, I have to go check out to see what that's like in the anime. Zoro vs. King was one of them for me. How they animated what is it? Episode 982 is another one of them. I don't know if I had that feeling when I read it, but when I watched it, I felt like goosebumps. But like in general, we get that every now and then. And if this was to happen, it would be one of those. It would totally be one of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, what I don't think it's gonna happen because timing wise, but I think it would have been dope because like say like we got Luffy losing again, right? Because to me, I kind of wanted like we always talked about. Momo's definitely what we believe he's gonna hold up on Onigushima, but I kind of want it to be like you mentioned a struggle. I said it wrong again.
Onigushima.
Anywho, pretty much holding up the island again, right? I want it to be a struggle. Like for example, how Odin had the what do you do for like what was it? How many hours?
Hour.
An
He
hour,
did it
right?
for 1 hour. Yeah.
I kind of wanted. I think it would have been dope to have Luffy lose again, but Luffy's final fight with Kaido is when
1 hour.
when Momo's holding it up.
Yeah.
So he's holding it up while Luffy's trying is like Luffy's last stand in a way. So everything's coming down to this crucial moment. Like Momo's giving his all, his everything to hold up the island, and Luffy's like last stand here is like because Luffy, you lose again, it's over. And then but this is after Luffy has to lose this time and then fight again. But timing wise, I don't think that's gonna happen because it's been ideally it's been more than 5 minutes. But I still think that it was again Yamato's estimation because how would she exactly know that timing wise?
she don't know.
She went
Exactly.
to the Frieza school of mathematics, bro. That 5 minutes about to be stretched.
So like with that in mind, then those balloons come up on the last stand. So it's like the climactic thing would have been cool. I don't think it's gonna play out that way, but
Poetic, man.